Okay. Hey, folks, hear me? Oh, God. Give me a second. Oh, God. Okay. One second. Okay. Ladies and oh God, my nose is killing me. Okay. Welcome everyone to Captain Cornelius. A very special episode where, unfortunately, oh God, you spilled my tea, my water. I'm not feeling well, which is really sad because I really have this very special stream set up just for you folks. Okay, before we get to the topic at hand, let me just get to a few housekeeping rules first. Firstly, welcome everyone. My name is Cornelius LOW, semi-active professional wrestler turned butler VTuber at your service. No, I don't really feel like much of a pro wrestler or a butler right now. So before we proceed with the stream, please do make sure that you read and follow the rules before you interact in my chat. If you can, please do like, share, subscribe to my channel. As you can see, stolen phone recovery fund at the bottom and below me. So that's unfortunately not a joke. That really did happen. So trying to recoup my funds. So again, no obligation. Will just be much appreciated. And then you can see the pin message as well. And again, once again, that's where you can make the contribution to the stolen phone recovery fund. Once again, no obligation, yeah? No obligation. Okay. So let me just explain what the hell is going on with me. Why do I sound like I've got like a big fistful of cotton bud stuffed into my mouth? Well, essentially, I don't know if I'm ill or not, but what's for certain is that I have a stuffy nose. In fact, it is one of the stuffiest noses I've had in a long time. To the point where like I sneezed at least 7 times on the road just now. Just a moment ago. So the thing is, I would have definitely moved this schedule away, changed the schedule and moved this to another time. Unfortunately, there's actually something that's happening this weekend that makes perfect sense for me to do this now, actually. Which is actually a pro wrestling tryout organized by MyPW. Let me link it here. MyPW tryouts. Yeah. So MyPW is looking for some potential new tradies, maybe even new wrestlers. So if you're ever interested, click on that link and that should give you all the details you need to sign up. However, and of course, a few things to note. First of all, this will be held in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Secondly, that's actually the sort of the inspiration for this stream. How to be a pro wrestler. So I will be going through what it takes to become a pro wrestler, actually. So to any potential MyPW or even just general pro wrestling tradies, this stream will be a great little primer for you guys. Apologies for the terrible nose, but this is why it makes sense for me to do this. So just so we're clear here, MyPW is not the only pro wrestling company in Malaysia. The another one is Apex Wrestling, and they do sometimes open up tryouts as well. But this weekend is where MyPW is holding theirs, so I'll be focusing a little bit more on that. Okay. So basically, the tryout will be coming Saturday morning, It's to be held in Stadium Mini Jalan Raja Muda Abdul Aziz. Which is basically like the sports center next to HKL in Kampung Baru. So that's where we are located. Okay, let me just switch to my more serious BGM. So, actually, let's get right into it, shall we? Let's get right into it. Let's start with something important first. Okay, this is like the big question. The big question to start us all off. How do you become a pro wrestler? Ooh. How to become a pro wrestler? Don't. You don't. Oh, was that here? Was that here? Was that here? You still want to? You're still interested in becoming a pro wrestler? Instead of me just outright saying, don't. All right, then we shall talk a little bit about it and how to start off. Right, where are my notes at? Yes, I have notes for this. Okay, so here it is, folks. Let's begin. Firstly, you still want to? So then, how does one become a pro wrestler? There is only one way, folks. There is only one way. The way I see it. And that is joining a wrestling school. Hanyats, welcome to Cafe Cornelius. Apologies if I seem a bit ill right now. I have an extremely stuffy nose right now that I'm trying to nurse. But either way, so I can still get you something to drink. What would you like? What would you like? So yes, you join a wrestling school. That is, with some very, very, very notable exceptions, you join a wrestling school. So let's say we tackle them. Lovely. It's like this. You want to learn. So why am I specifying a wrestling school in particular? Thank you, honey hearts. So why a wrestling school in particular? Well, hot chocolate, lovely. Let's get it for you. Let's see. Hope you don't oscillate. Here is your hot chocolate. Look at that. Nice and piping hot. One hot chocolate for honey hearts coming up. Okay, so why a wrestling school? Put it this way. You want to be a pilot? You join flight school. You want to be an engineer? You join university. You want to be a pro wrestler? You join a wrestling school. You know? In fact, like the thing you should be doing the least with wrestling is actually learning on your own. Like legitimately learning it on your own is probably like not one of the best ways to go about it. Like I have literally seen like kids on Instagram. They tried to pull off these stunts. They tag my PW for it, and then they do all these do wrestling moves on on mattresses and all that jazz. Mind you, outdoors, and like even when the coaches tell them, "Hey, Dan, don't do that. Come to our school," they don't listen. And I'll let you know right now that for the most part, these are exactly sort of people that pro wrestling schools will reject. So why a wrestling school? Because a wrestling school, a good one that knows what it's doing, is one that can teach you the fundamentals of pro wrestling. It teaches you the culture of pro wrestling. It teaches you how to conduct yourself as a pro wrestler, and how to keep safe as a pro wrestler. So you learn about things that the audience does not know, you know? You learn about things that doesn't seem obvious at first. You learn how to perhaps even make a career out of this, actually. So this is so yeah. So for Malaysia in particular, there's two schools, MyPW and APAC Wrestling. I consider both to be perfectly viable. APAC Wrestling is headed by Shaukat, who is the father of Malaysia Pro Wrestling. He is the one that brought pro wrestling in general to Malaysia, actually. Hello there, Lukman. Hello there, welcome to Cafe Cornelius. Would you like something to drink? Every new viewer gets a free complimentary drink. So when it comes to what was I saying? So he's got a lot of experience. He's being consulted by Dr. Tom Pritchard, who's a very well-known figure in pro wrestling in North America. And then we have MyPW, which I'm more affiliated with. MyPW is headed by Carlo Cannon, who is an Australian wrestling veteran who was freaking trained by Lance Storm, of all people, in Canada. He went to Canada to train for it. He's got like close to 15 years of experience. Incredible coach. I learned a lot from him. So both are perfectly well suited. I will be speaking a little bit more on behalf of MyPW, especially because of the weekend coming up. So I mentioned exceptions. What are they? I know for a fact that some folks. Okay, there's sort of two exceptions in that to go off. One is if let's say for WWE. For WWE, they was, instead of accepting, they don't just accept people that came out of wrestling schools or did the independent scene. They also accept athletes, like college athletes in general. And that's really interesting because some of these folks may not even have a pro wrestling background at all, or even know much about pro wrestling. Oh, 1 second. So, well, that's one way, but for that to happen, you legitimately need to be like an elite level athlete. I'm talking NCAA amateur wrestler. I'm talking gymnastics. I'm talking martial arts, like elite level. So that's another in for that. But for that, you have to be like an exceptional athlete. Or maybe even an exceptional personality too, actually, because pro wrestling is all about characters as well. So if you're an incredible sportsman, but you have the personality of a plank, pro wrestling might be a bit tough for you. Which is where a pro wrestling school will come in handy, because then you will be given through the rigors of both athleticism and character work as well. Hello, Cornelius. Good evening. Good evening to you, Don Avatar. Welcome to Cafe Cornelius. What would you like to drink for the day? So yeah, that about covers it. Why are you blushing? Because I have a stuffy nose that is legitimately like you can hear my can you hear my voice? It sounds like I've got like a fistful of cotton balls stuffed into my nostrils right now. It's so yeah. So yeah. Ugh. Oh yeah, that's kind of why I'm feeling this way right now, unfortunately. But we must trudge on. So we keep on going. So yes, the first step is to join a wrestling school. Unless if you're in North America, you know people in WWE and you're an elite level athlete. Yeah. Oh, the second reason is if you go viral. Like I know a pair of guys that did some really cool but really risky backyard wrestling. They got noticed by a large independent wrestling company in North America, and that's the extent of it. That is the extent of it. I haven't heard much from them since, actually. So that could be an exception. I don't know, but you look drunk to me. I feel drunk, honestly. I literally tried to like satiate my stupid nose by eating like a few extra things besides dinner. It helped a bit, but oh my god. Oh man. You want to be a WWE wrestler? This is a bit of a funny question for me. I am a professional wrestler in Malaysia. I don't know if I ever have the interest of going to WWE anymore. The main reason by far is that I've got some chronic injuries that I don't know if that will make me well suited for pro wrestling, for the extreme rigors of pro wrestling. I do wrestle, but as you can see, you know, not as often as like some folks in North America. In North America, you could very well be wrestling multiple times in 1 week. You know, every week. And even in Australia, where our head coach Carlo Cannon is, it is possible for a pro wrestler to wrestle every single week. You know. So that level of rigor, I'm not too sure if my body can handle it. If you were to look at my debut video, which is provided in the Pro Wrestler in the link, you can see exactly what I mean and why I've turned to VTubing to some extent. Man, you know how hardcore WWE is. A WWE wrestler wrestles multiple times a week, travels across the country multiple times a week, and has to maintain their body, their fitness level, all while being essentially more of a gypsy than a pro wrestler. Actually, it is mad. Ugh. Okay, so that about covers how to start pro wrestling. You find a pro wrestling school. Hopefully, it's a good one. I can at least attest that Malaysia has some 2 good ones. In Southeast Asia, there are some others as well. So if you're in another Southeast Asian country like Philippines, there's MWF, FPW. In Singapore, there's Grapple Max and SPW. The list goes on. So don't fret. Pro wrestling pops up in places that you might not expect, actually. So if you're really interested in this, there are schools even around like places that you would not expect. I know there's a school in Dubai, you know. I'm afraid that you're gonna die, Cornelius. I'm a pro wrestler. Leave that level of anxiety to me, please. Okay. Right now, I'm more worried about this freaking stuffy nose of mine over wrestling right now, so don't you worry. Okay, let's see. Okay. So, I mentioned about the tryouts for MyPW. So here are some advice actually for any sort of pro wrestling tryout. You're going there for the first time ever. For your first ever class or first ever tryout. Sometimes some schools will do like tryouts, like how MyPW is advertising it, or you just go to you just call them up, ask, hey, I want to join this so and so school, and they say, okay, cool, come on now for your first class then. So sometimes it could be just that. So essentially, here are a few tips essentially. Before you try out. So first up, keep an open mind. That's the first thing, because guess what, folks? You're not joining a pro wrestling school to be a fan of pro wrestling. You're joining a school to learn about pro wrestling, and therefore that means you might be privy to some insider knowledge or behind the scenes stuff that may shatter your expectations or ruin your image of it. I know for a fact that I've been to some schools. I know for a fact that I've spoken to some trainees before where they've essentially had their reality shattered about pro wrestling. So you might want to keep an open mind, to the possibilities and things that you might not expect, and don't let it like mentally get into your head and ruin pro wrestling for you. Last thing we want is for you to not like pro wrestling anymore after the tryouts or the first class is done, That would be kind of silly. So keep an open mind, please, okay? You might be surprised at what you learn. Secondly, this is an interesting one. Okay, I'm gonna let you know a little secret right now. To those that are listening to me right now, can you guess what is the most common move in pro wrestling? The most common thing that a pro wrestler does in pro wrestling. Would anyone like to answer that? No, people are being shy. That's all right. Let me answer this for you. So, running. Yes, running. Why are you surprised? Why are you surprised, folks? I mean, like, how else are we supposed to gain momentum and dodge stuff and jump around? Running. So, which means you want to work on your cardio. If possible, folks, work on your cardio. It will help you so much if you can work on your cardio. Just like how if you have a martial arts training or have some or is already athletically gifted before you already have a leg up in professional wrestling, and that means well, something that you can start right now is to start jogging, start running. Cardio, the one that the turnover rate is high. Yes. Spoiler alert, even in the tryouts of first class that's coming up this weekend, you are expected to do cardio. Because there is so much running. You have to have really good cardio, because how else are you going to last in a 10-minute match, 15-minute match, 30-minute match? You are running, you are lifting, you are striking, you are dodging, you are jumping. All these movements, do you think they don't realize any cardio? Even big dudes need cardio. So I don't care if you're like 6'5", 400 pounds, you still need to run. You still need to move somewhat. Obviously, the bigger you are, probably the more difficult cardio is for you. Yes. But even then, even Big Show is still expected to be able to hit the ropes and run and maintain a certain level of cardio. Especially if you're a big dude, because, you get gas bigger because you're carrying a lot more weight. So it's still important. It's even for larger folks to have excellent cardio in pro wrestling. It is very dangerous to not have good cardio in pro wrestling. So dangerous. So if you can work on it now, even before you try out, do it. Okay. Here's a pretty obvious one. Wear appropriate attire. So that means stuff you will work out in. Breathable clothing, shoes. Do not think that I'm going to be like a wild Samoan like Umaga and go barefoot from the get-go. We won't allow you to even try out if you do that. So I recommend shorts, track bottoms are fine too. Singlets, a shirt that you can easily breathe in is good too. A towel, bring a towel as well, because you will get sweaty. And bring water. This might be obvious, but bring water. Why not barefoot though? You want to break an ankle? Ferris, do you want to break an ankle? In fact, this actually goes hand in hand with other footwear as well. If you are besides slippers, I don't even I legit don't even allow I legit don't even accept shoes that you can't with no shoelaces. If there are no shoelaces, Miles, thank you for coming. I'll get to you pretty soon. Dugong, welcome. Apologies, let me just do this first. How are you? Welcome to Cafe Cornelius. There we are. 2 unexhausted water. I didn't know shoes could save your ankles. Duh. Especially if you're wearing like ankle shoes, sports shoes provide stability to your foot. They help with gripping the mat. And if they're ankle length and you tie up ankle length, they can provide more stability for your ankles. All right, here we are. Oh. Hello there, my brother. Here is your bottle of water. You had a very exhausting day. Sorry to hear that. Some, that I like to think that that's rather inevitable. Okay. Actually, okay. Let me bring on someone special. To actually talk about the upcoming tryouts this coming Saturday. I hope he behaves. I'm gonna ring him up.
Hello.
Boo.
Why do you boo me?
Welcome, everyone. This is I will be actually properly introducing you pro wrestling style as I always love to do, but I'm not kidding. I might say that. Oh my god, my nose is My nose is suffering.
Okay, let me do it for you then. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the man who won the YPW National Championship from Cornelius LOW. I'm also the man who won the YPW WrestleCon Championship in that same exact match. My name is Miles Carew. I am better than Cornelius LOW at wrestling. God damn it! God damn it! You don't. Oh gosh. You don't take it personally, dude. It's just business, you know?
I always take it personally. That's my secret. Anyways. Welcome, Miles. Okay, so I thought this is a rather impromptu thing, but I thought it would be a neat little idea here for Miles here to actually talk a little bit about the upcoming tryouts coming Saturday. Miles, take it away.
Oh yeah, that's true. We do have tryouts this coming Saturday. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, what do you want me to say about it? It's tryouts where you come in,
just describe it.
Try out if you want to be a wrestler, kind of thing. You know?
Exactly.
That's pretty much the gist of it. Yeah, you're coming in to try out to see if wrestling is good for you. And if it's not good for you, it's not good for you. But if it is good for you, then you can train with us and possibly become a wrestler just like myself or Cornelius LOW.
Exactly. Let's see. So actually, that's actually a good. You actually mentioned a point I was about to make. So these tryouts is again. Please do not feel bad if let's say if you do this tryout, but you realize this isn't for me. Oh no, my dreams are shattered. It's okay. Because sometimes some folks do realize that what we do is really hard, or not what not what you expect. So don't feel bad if you feel that this isn't for you. Don't feel bad at all. But if you feel like this is something that you want to do, then yeah, come and stick around. I'll say one more thing about one more advice when it comes to advice pre-tryouts, yeah. So this is important. Shut up and listen.
Oh, that's a good one, yes.
Why do I mention this? I mention this specifically because I remember many years ago there was a very well-known wrestler by the name of you might know this one, Miles, Xavier Woods.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah. He came down to Malaysia for a meet and greet a few years ago, and I was there actually, to see him face to face. So I lined up for the meet and greet and stuff, and this you're gonna get a kick out of this. In front of me was actually a Shaukat, and he and the moment that Shaukat met with Xavier noticed his shirt. It says, because he was wearing at the time a MyPW shirt, right? So he was wearing, so he knew about the school. He said, you're in the pro wrestling school, aren't you? And Shaukat said, yep. And then Xavier said to him, and I quote, okay, here's some advice. The most important thing that you need to learn is to shut up and listen. He said that to Shaukat, the guy who brought pro wrestling to Malaysia. And I've always taken that advice to heart, actually, because it's true. It's something you need to get into your heads right now before you try out. When the coaches say something, listen. Because even at a tryout, first class, obviously we're not gonna get you guys to like do backflips and jump around the ropes, I think. But even that, it can still be a little risky. And so please listen to us. I just booed my own friend. Well, that's a secret. He's not really my friend.
Come on, we're old pals, aren't we? I mean, yeah, I did beat you for a belt, but like, we're old pals, aren't we?
I'm your glorified chauffeur, that's what I am.
Oh.
Yeah. On your thumbnail, is that the woman that asked what happened to her face? And is it rude to ask women's makeup? First of all, yes, it is asked to ask a woman about their makeup.
Is it? I didn't know this.
What?
Wait, I actually didn't know this.
You've dated before. No, men. Men are so dumb sometimes. Oh my god.
What? Okay.
Yeah. Also, I'm looking at the thumbnail. The thumbnail doesn't even show Crystal's face, right? So like,
let me see. Oh yes, yeah, it doesn't show her face, but Crystal is the person. I also beat Crystal for the WrestleCon championship in the same match. I beat Low for the national championship. Yeah. I'm never gonna let you hear the end of it because I beat you for a championship.
Why are you here on my phone? Oh my god, I need it.
Because you called me.
Yeah, so that you can, explain, because in some ways you are the guy that's actually gonna be bloody running the tryout. Spoiler alert.
Well, yeah, because tryouts, they're gonna be very fun. It's gonna be very physically demanding and even mentally demanding.
Oh yeah.
And you should feel by the end of it that, oh shit, what the fuck is this? And if you do feel that, and you're still like, fuck it, let me just go back into it. That's kind of how you know, yes, wrestling is probably for you. After feeling like you want to fucking throw up and you want to die and you're having the worst day in a while, you're still like, let's fucking do it again. That's when you're like, yeah, okay, this is
yes. Actually, you just reminded me. Speaking of vomiting, let's remind ourselves to bring a puke bucket.
Wait, so you can handle that. Thanks.
What, me? Why me?
Yeah, thanks for offering. I did
not
appreciate that.
Oh god, you want? Fine, I'll bring a bucket. So yeah, that can be the thing. That can be a thing. Some folks don't puke so easily, and then some folks, well, you'll learn that you might puke easily.
Some folks have nasi lemak in the morning and regret it.
That might not be a good idea to have a heavy breakfast. Actually, in the morning, actually. Yeah,
I mean, breakfast is good. Breakfast is yummy.
That's actually a good advice. Actually,
I love breakfast. I love having a bunch of eggs for breakfast.
That is true.
Like, I've been starting to have these like breakfast where I have like just probably 3-4 soft boiled eggs and I have some toast with it, and then I drink a bunch of water with it.
Okay.
And I look forward to breakfast every day now. It's great.
You done? So yes, having you can have breakfast before the tryouts, but try not to have a heavy one. Just for that day, because you'll never know what will happen. Let's see. Oh man, my nose. Okay. So let's say, it's like what Miles says. You feel like after the tryouts are done, you feel like this is your thing. Great. After the tryouts are done, you feel like crap, but you still want to continue on, and want to make it your thing. Nonetheless, good, excellent. So there is no so for at least for the MyPW trials, there is no test, right? I believe.
Not really. It's more like, hey, you want to do this? Come on in. You're trying out to see. It's not like you're trying out to see if we think you'll be good enough for us. It's because we accept people from all kinds of walks of life and all skills and abilities. So it's more you coming in to try out to see if this is for you.
Yes, exactly. How long does a tryout take? About a few hours. One training session long, essentially. Yes.
Yeah, we will probably cap it around 2.5 hours max, maybe 3 hours tops. But I would say a safe bet is 2 to 2.5 hours.
Okay. So, let's say you passed all that, and you want to do the trading. So here's some advice for that. Okay. So, can you guess what the first advice I'm going to say, Niles?
I don't know. Go for it.
Shut up and listen.
Oh, you already said that.
Yeah, I know. I
didn't
said
go for it
that for
again.
pre-tryouts. I'm talking about for like when you're just training or starting off training.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough.
and it's still really super relevant. I'll let you know right now. Again, it's one thing to maybe like misinterpret what we say, but if you disregard what we say, you are out. We will ask you to. It is within our right to ask you to just leave, man. I have seen a trainee try to do things outside of his abilities before, failed, and could have freaking risked his life over it. He was asked to leave that class. Just no, don't come in. No, think of what you've done and all that jazz.
Okay, yeah, you sit in that corner and think of what you've done.
Exactly. And also, it's also for your own safety as well. If we ask you to do something a certain way, it is more than likely for your own safety, actually. Yeah. Okay, why your friend laugh like that? Yeah, even I wonder that too sometimes. Yeah.
Like what? How do I laugh like?
Terribly.
Huh?
Okay.
Hmm?
All right, I'm repeating
I
this.
laugh good.
Shut up, mouse. Stop it. Okay. Oh God. I swear to you, he's a better coach than an internet presence. I swear to you.
Oh, I have an amazing internet presence. Whew.
Oh God. No. Okay. Second piece of advice. I'm repeating myself a little bit, but it bears repeating once more. The first thing you want to work on physically is cardio. I'm repeating myself again, but it really rings true. The first thing you want to get good at physically, legitimately, is cardio. Because without cardio, there's no strength. Without cardio, there is no agility. Without cardio, there is no mental fortitude to do the nonsense that we do in pro wrestling, right? Right?
Yeah, I mean, again, everyone starts somewhere.
Indeed.
You know, the cardio is kind of important in wrestling.
Indeed.
If you don't have the cardio, you will probably feel like puking.
Exactly. So I'm not saying that you have to come in as an elite athlete from the get-go. No. That's what I'm saying is. But what I am saying is that I highly encourage every trainee to work on their cardio, regardless of their fitness level. Actually, I really do. Okay. Here's a really important one too. Consistency, especially when you're starting off. Try your very best to be consistent, because in order for you to get good with something, you have to just keep at it. Keep at it, because on some weeks we'll be working on one technique, and another week we'll be working on an entirely different thing. So there's so much to learn in pro wrestling. You have no idea. A shocking amount. So yeah, you just so if possible, come at least like once a week or something, something like that. And then the other days work on cardio. Cardio. Did you just soundboard me?
No, I didn't.
Huh. I'm watching you. Mouse.
Did I
Anyways,
soundboard you? I would never soundboard you. Why would I ever think of soundboarding you, my good friend?
Okay. Actually, a follow-up to that, to consistency is, and this is going to...
I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. Life in plastic is fantastic.
Get out. Get out. Either you get out or you stay here and behave, mouse. I will out soundboard you so hard.
No,
Are you listening to me with speakers? I can hear myself, you know.
Oh, my headphones are kind of loud, I guess. Hold on, let me turn
What's
my
wrong
volume
with you?
down.
Kids these days. Kids.
What do
these
you
days.
mean, kids these days?
Just freaking young whippersnapper. Oh my god. Okay.
I mean, I think I did turn like my headphones volume up because my left ear is half deaf right now.
Oh my
but that's
God.
besides the point.
Very, very besides the point. Okay. The riding crop comes out, just in case. Remember this thing?
What? The goddamn riding crop.
You remember this?
Ew. Oh yeah, it didn't help you win though.
It left you marks that you felt for the whole night. That's for sure.
It also helped you lose the championship.
Anyways, a follow-up to consistency is actually, and some of you folks are gonna hate it when I say this, but it needs to be said. You gotta change your lifestyle. This is hard. This is hard. I'm not gonna name names right now, but I remember Miles and I, we had lunch with a few of the trainees. One of them was eating essentially, all he was eating was rice with kwa, aka like a gravy on from the dishes, and I think a piece of fish, I think. And I was like,
yeah.
Is that all you're eating? Where's the veggies? And I was like, oh, I don't really do veggies. I'm like, yeah, mama. And I proceed to give him some advice on, oh, no, you should eat your veggies. It'll help with digestion and all that, and also consider once again more cardioing, more cardioing, because yes.
To be fair though, I will say that veggies are probably the least important of the rice and the proteiny meaty things. But there's even sometimes where I go, I'm like I go meals without veggies and stuff. But like, I will probably have at least, I don't know, a few meals with veggies in the week. So like, I may not have it every single day, but I'm definitely gonna have it at least every other day, you know, just to make sure it's still there.
Not helping, dude. Either way, I think my point still stands, right? My point still.
No, it does still stand.
It still stands.
It's good to have a nice balanced meal and balanced diet and all that.
Yeah. So just some really quick tips concerning changing your lifestyle. One, you gotta eat more. You gotta eat more. In order to bulk up, gain more strength, gain size, and all that jazz. Number two, and this is something that Martin, Miles, and I agree. If you are really serious in this pro wrestling thing, go to the gym as well. Go to the gym as well.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Doesn't matter if it's your apartment's gym. Doesn't matter if it's like a big ass gym. Doesn't matter if your neighborhood gym anyways. Just go to it. Do it. If you're able to if you have the ability to get yourself a home gym like I have, excellent. That's good too. Because guess what? You need to lift people up in pro wrestling. So you might as well lift some weights as well and look good doing so. Because part of this business is looking good and also being able to lift and move good as well. Oh,
yes,
gods.
sir.
Oh, here's a great little question. What's the recommended weight for wrestling? This really, really, really depends. This is okay. Hot take by me, Mouse. Let's see what you think about this. The recommended weight for wrestling is the one that you either currently have or the one that you are aiming for in the future, in the preferably near future.
It's an interesting way to say it, for sure. I guess that fits the description. Yeah.
Okay, I'll put it this way. If you are too light, whatever that might mean, if you are too light, you will be the one getting tossed around a lot. A lot. I'm Exhibit A.
I remember those days.
Yeah. I will.
I can still get tossed around though.
Yeah, that's true. But someone like me who's wait, are you heavier than me?
That's because you're short.
Shut the fuck up, Miles. What I'm saying is, you want to be careful not to be too light for the simple reason that that means that you'll probably be lacking in musculature. That might mean you're not eating enough. You know. So we don't recommend being paper thin in pro wrestling. That's for sure. Well, because
paper thin is probably a recipe for disaster. I mean,
Yeah.
like you just gotta get big. I was paper thin, and I'm not anymore. So you
yeah,
know.
you actually do want muscle to almost act as like a meat shield actually. So when
Yeah, I had the exact same word in my head. Meat shield.
yeah. So when you're getting tossed around, and you get slammed around, when you have those muscles or even fat or surrounding you, it won't hurt as much. Yes. On the other hand, all the way on the other side of the spectrum, if you are morbidly obese, well, number one,
Even obese, like without the morbidly, and even overweight to an extent. But
Yeah.
at least like there's a bit more flexibility with the overweight.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's still a gray area.
Put it this way, like you will look. Oh, I see. Remus, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that, Remus. No.
No, it's very. You know what?
Oh,
That
God.
is very. That's very true. I like the little callback.
Welcome, Remus. So welcome to Cafe Cornelius. What would you like to drink? So basically, whilst it is very impressive to see a large man in the ring, because obviously you think, oh, he's the Godzilla, he's the one that's going to toss him around, eat him, or whatnot. But first of all, you'll have health issues. You will have some very serious health issues. I'm very sorry to say. If you're like a 5'5" and 400 pounds, I don't know, man. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Wrestlers do kind of need to move a little bit too, you know.
Yeah, even the big ones too, actually, and especially in this day and age, in this modern wrestling era, where there is I think a little bit more emphasis on mobility and agility
yeah,
and
for sure.
the spectacle of it all. Having the ability to move around well is good. Like, I'll put it this way, even someone like Big T, a really, really big wrestler from Singapore, I was quite impressed when I saw that he could do what we call a banderas. Yes. So that's the one where you like
ability to
hop
move
over
is
the
a big ability.
Hmm?
The ability to move is very important.
Yes. So
Like, imagine if you were wrestling and you just couldn't move. That would be like just static wrestling. Like, just imagine you were standing across the ring from someone else, and like they just don't move because they can't move, and it's just like, kind of awkward because they're just standing there because they can't.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know where I'm going with this, but
Yeah, exactly. So put it this way, like guys like freaking Drew McIntyre, he's 6'5", but he really, really makes the effort to to essentially be have a fairly thin frame actually with a lot of muscle on him, and so that actually really provides a lot of longevity for him actually. I can even say the same thing with Big Show. At one point, yes, he was over 500 pounds, but even he admitted that he had some real serious health issues by then, with some serious cardio problems. So he really, really slimmed down actually in his twilight years of WWE. So that goes to show.
But even back then, he could do a fucking moonsault.
Exactly. So whilst yes, being a big dude in pro wrestling is great, please do be aware.
It's gotta be a balance.
Yeah, definitely.
Balance.
Definitely. So yes. So I went from take me for example. I went from someone that was mildly athletic when I started off, not really, absolutely like no figure on me at all, to someone that regularly goes to the gym. I eat pretty well, and I try to be consistent with my wrestling training. So I've actually able to actually gain weight actually whilst training in wrestling, and really managed to like look a lot better actually compared to back then. So it is absolutely possible to go from having zero experience in fitness to like what to do in the gym and all that jazz. What do you mean by what's that, Ferris? Okay. Here's a good one. When you are training, enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. Yeah. Because there will be...
At least try to enjoy the ride.
At least try. Yeah. Because there will be some... you remember the advice I said about keeping an open mind for the pre-trial advice? There will be times when you'll be going through a slog. There'll be times when you'll be asked to repeat techniques over and over again just to get it right.
Oh yeah, of course.
There will be times when you will feel so frustrated because you're not able to understand something, not able to do something. Ooh. You wrestle shirtless when you just started and you actually look pretty great, what? That is true enough, that is true. I looked alright. I wouldn't say I looked like an Adonis, but I looked alright. So yeah, that actually goes to show. Like what you saw when I first debuted in my PW, yeah, that was me like after a lot of training and bulking up. Like I bulked up like I'm gonna say, yeah, I gained 8 kilos. So since I started to my debut, I gained 8 kilos. So it's possible.
That's solid.
Yeah. How much you gain, Miles?
From when to when?
From when you started pro wrestling to now.
Close to 20.
Woo! 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 There's some babies lighter than 20 kilos. That makes most babies, I think.
Wait, I think that is most babies.
Is it legit 20?
It's almost there. We're at around like, oh wait, is it?
I mean...
Oh, it almost might be actually. It's around probably 18, 19.
I believe it. I believe it, actually.
I started when I was about 50, and now I'm basically 69,
oh my
70.
god. You started lighter than me. And now I think you're actually heavier than me, but by just a bit more, I think.
Oh yeah. I'm like 70 now, so
Yeah.
it is basically 20. Yeah.
Yeah. So this goes to show, folks, it is entirely possible. What does that routine look like? Diet and schedule wise. It does depend. If I'm being on a very strict diet, like legitimately trying to really bulk up, 4 to 5 meals a day. Going to gym, I don't know, anything from
I will say it's different to different people as well.
Exactly.
Funnily enough, I tried the similar routine at least, where I was doing 4 meals a day and pretty much gym 5 times a week or 6 times a week.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out for me. What took a month, which I was supposed to gain 2 kilograms, I gained about 450 grams. So it was not until I started like just trying to eat a lot more, but also like not be so careful on my diet. I was just more like trying to make sure I ate relatively cleanish, but like, indulged in like, whether it's curries or it's like fried chickens or any kind of style of cooking. I didn't want to like make it so, keep it to one specific, like, rice and chicken breast kind of thing. Like it was like, yes, it is a recipe that probably would work, but it didn't work out for me as well as it should have, compared to just eating and going to the gym and sleeping. Sleeping is a massive one actually for me. I think sleep is so important. Like if you get that 8 hours, it's literally like a life hack. I don't know. No, I don't know how else to say it. It's like comparing yourself on 8 hours of sleep versus 4 hours of sleep. It's a world of difference. Indeed. It's also like where the body spends most of its time to repair anything. Like how gym works is you tear your muscle fibers in the gym, and then when you rest, you repair it. So obviously, with the more sleep you get and the better sleep you get, the better your body is able to recover those tears in the muscle fibers that you made by going to the gym. So sleep is very important.
Indeed. So okay, this might be something that a lot of folks might not understand, but you don't have to be as strict as a bodybuilder or eat as strictly as a bodybuilder in order to bulk up.
You don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to actually. In fact, you'll still be able to look great and size up pretty good, because you understand bodybuilders I'm specifying bodybuilders here because they are the ones with the really nice aesthetic that a lot of pro wrestlers do crave. But to be on that diet, to have that level of discipline for the gym is, well, put it this way. Pro wrestlers need to focus on the gym and the wrestling ring. The bodybuilders just focus on the gym, and same thing with powerlifters as well, for the matter. So in that sense, so I'll put it this way: even if your diet is not like rock solid, perfect like a bodybuilder's, you'll still get results. You'll still get results. You know, you don't have to go full on like if you go from having like a normal diet and you try to eat super strictly like a bodybuilder, you will fry your brain. I tell you, you will be sick of it so quickly.
I tried it for a month and my brain definitely did get fried.
I know. Yeah. Like we know, like I know bodybuilders who cannot touch chicken breast anymore because they just are so sick of it. You know,
It's like trauma at this point.
Exactly. Like legitimately that. Yeah. Ferris here says research has actually been done on those who had the same routine with less than 6 hours and still gain weight, but less and more in fat than LM. Oh, interesting. Oh, excuse me. Oh, apologies, my nose. Oh, yes. Okay.
I would hate to be one of those people who was in the test to be the less than 6 hours.
Oh yeah, that's no fun.
That sounds miserable.
That's no fun. Oh, okay. This advice I'm about to give during training is let's see what you think of this. Okay. Don't fanboy. What do I mean by this? Essentially, obviously, there is a very, very high chance that if you are going to train in pro wrestling school, that you are a fan of pro wrestling, right? I think that goes to show. But if you are trying to come into pro wrestling hoping to meet the celebrities, your idols, your favorite wrestlers, you might need to rethink that. You might need to rethink that, you know? Because you're coming in to learn pro wrestling, not to join a fan club. That's the difference. If you want to join a fan club, join the fan club, you know? I believe there are a few places for that, actually, online or even physically. I actually know of some schools in North America, actually, they have like pro wrestling fan clubs, actually. It's very cute. Yeah. What say you about this?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It's a
That's
little...
about it. I'm just simple.
Yeah. Like being a fanboy or a fangirl and really enjoying watching pro wrestling is a perfectly fine way to enter pro wrestling. Absolutely.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it at all.
Yeah. And obviously us, when we are training and stuff, obviously we will be talking about, you know, talking about wrestler of the week. Look at this cool move. This guy did this moment is awesome. But we don't get so hung up about it. Once we chat about all that, we go back to the wrestling. We go back
back to business.
Back to business. Yes. So you gotta be careful about that, you know. Especially like even when it comes to like actually becoming your own pro wrestler, because if you idolize, let's say, the Undertaker so much, and then when we ask you, hey, what kind of wrestler would you want to be, and you say, I want to be like the Undertaker, we'll be like, yeah.
Like, obviously, you can have your inspirations and all that, but you don't want to just, you know,
So, and it's okay to like, and I'll put this, okay, I'll say this much. You can fanboy a little, because what pro wrestler wouldn't, if you don't have passion for this, why are you still here, you know? So if I see a cool move live in front of me, yeah, I'll pop. Yeah, I will holler. You know, I remember when Robbie Eagles came down to Malaysia to perform in my PW, I was like, whoa, we're getting him. We're getting him. Oh, this will be interesting. This will be interesting. And it was an awesome experience to have him here. You know, it really, really was. So I did fanboy a little bit, actually. I did fanboy a little bit. But it was all within the... But I still make sure to, like, you know, keep within the business. Still gave him the respect. Helped him out if he needed things. He really liked that we had a physiotherapy backstage. He really liked that. yeah. Ah, Robbie.
Robert.
Oh. Okay. Final advice for when training, when you're in a pro wrestling school. Learn pro wrestling, not just how to be a pro wrestler. So what do I mean by this? What do I mean?
Oh,
by this?
no, yeah, I agree, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, Nicholas, welcome to Cafe Cornelius. Every new viewer gets a complimentary drink. What would you like, Nicholas? I believe this is your first time here. Welcome. What have I fanboy for low? Good, excellent. That's like the best. That's like the best person to fanboy for. Yes. You guys.
No, it's not. That's a horrible idea.
Shut up, Mouse. This is my channel. You guys get physiotherapists? Oh, yes. If possible, because like we get banged up, we get thrown about. Some things could go awry whilst training. Yeah, some things can go awry whilst training. So having a physiotherapist backstage is so welcome. Like I cannot tell you how many times I've seen wrestlers, international wrestlers, their faces light up when I tell them, "Hey, we got physiotherapists backstage." I love to tell them this because then you're like, "Ooh," and then they rush to the physiotherapist and then they list out their multiple injuries. Oh my god.
I should have taken advantage of it more, new breed, to be honest.
Perhaps. Oh, Shinji, welcome to Cafe Cornelius. I see that I see you know what to have already, and I will get that for you. Have no fear. Here is your mug of beer. There we are. Okay. So
Wait, you didn't get me my water. I want water.
Oh. All right.
Oxygenated water, please.
This is oxygenated. Okay,
yeah.
I don't think you're a joke. Here's your glass of Coke.
No.
It's carbonated. Same thing.
No, it's not. It's not water. It's not water. Oxygenated
liquid.
water. No, Coke is
Get
terrible.
your own
for
water.
the body. It's unhealthy, and it is not at all even close to being as good as water.
You done?
And take the Coke back.
I'll give you the whip instead.
I want the water. I want water.
Fine.
Yay!
You're
I
such a
like
bother.
being
Here's your
demanding.
bottle of water. Okay. Oh.
Yay!
Ugh. Oh, okay. No. Okay. I can do this. Okay. Let's see. Where were we? Before I was so rudely interrupted. Okay. What do I mean by
interrupted?
Let me explain what I mean by learn pro wrestling, not just how to be a pro wrestler. If you are coming in to a pro wrestling school expecting to be the next big thing, the next beast, the next superstar, first of all, temper your expectations, because first of all, there is a chance that you may become the next big thing. There's a chance that you may not at all become the next big thing, and there is a chance that you will be requested to do other things. In fact, because guess what? In a pro wrestling school, you don't just learn how to be a pro wrestler. You will learn how to. There are some folks that will become a referee. There are some folks that will become an announcer. There will be some folks who will be part of the production crew. Yes. You might be asked.
Basically, you might be asked to just fulfill any fucking role that there is, and
Exactly.
do it. You know.
Exactly.
That's how it is.
The last thing I want to hear, seriously, the last thing I want to hear is for people to say, "Oh, why am I helping assembling the ring? I'm here to learn how to be a pro wrestler." You say that, I am going to drag the coach. I am going to call up Carlo. I am going to bring our investor in.
You don't want that.
No, do not do that. Do not do that. You are learning pro wrestling, so you'll be learning some of the nitty gritty of pro wrestling as well. Who do you think makes and assembles the ring? There might be external crew in bigger companies, maybe, but at least in Malaysia, and I would dare say even to the extent the whole entire region of Southeast Asia, it's us, it's the trainees, it's the wrestlers that's doing this. It's us that's moving the damn thing, bringing it into the venue, assembling it there, and then disassembling it all once the show is done. Sometimes all on the same day. Sometimes. So yeah.
It just be how it is sometimes.
Exactly. And all these are things that it's not that you need to learn. You should want to learn it as well. You want to learn about pro wrestling? You'll learn about the stuff that makes it hard to be a pro wrestler or to do pro wrestling. Nicholas here is asking, how long does it take until you can make your debut? It really greatly depends. For me personally, it took me...
Yeah, it all depends. Like, there are times where it's like, okay, I'm gonna be a bit more blunt with this one. Like, it's literally like how fast you progress, and it's chill. Everyone has different progress speeds. Like, some people they pick things up super fast and like just instantly, boom. Like, you know, they'll get it within a few months. And some people who it takes years to get the same amount that some people can do in like 4 months, right?
Yeah.
And that's to no fault of anyone else. You just have different learning speeds, and it's just how it is. And again, when it comes to the debut, it's all gonna depend on when you're ready, and you don't determine that, we determine that. Because there was a time where I thought I was ready, and I wasn't ready. And this was even when people who were at the time, at least, in charge of stuff, thrust me into a position when I definitely wasn't ready. I was on the fence. I knew I wasn't ready the first time, but after by I don't know, 6 months time, I thought I was ready. I still wasn't ready. Look, at least with us, you're not gonna have to worry too much about it, because we're not gonna push you to be, thrust you into the limelight too fast, or we're not gonna be like, oh, you just sit there and fucking rot kind of thing. We're gonna work with you very carefully and closely and do what's best for you throughout your time. But
yeah,
you know, sometimes you have to be patient, sometimes they'll come too fast. It just all depends.
Yeah, exactly. So let's say for me personally, took me more than a year. Took me more than a year, just because I was a bit of a slow learner. I like to call myself a bit of a crockpot in that sense, because it takes me a while to get something down. And I also want to really build up my body as well. What are the factors that determine readiness? All sorts of things. So your athleticism, your understanding of the business, whether we think you have enough of a character to put on a good show, and a few other things as well, actually. And a few other factors I actually prefer not to discuss right now, because that's a little more. Yeah,
we will.
Advanced.
The few other stuff that he is not going to say, you'll find out when it comes the time for that. You know. Yeah. So basically, if you happen to join and all of that, and you stick with us for a bit, that's when you will learn more about the stuff that needs to be worked on and whatnot.
Exactly. Crockpot. I'm surprised that people still use that word. I'm a man of fine taste, so I use words like crockpot.
No, he's just a boomer.
Shut up, mouse. Let's see now. Okay. Actually. Okay. Actually, let me get to some of the questions actually that was laid out in the Google Forms. I don't think there's many, so we can go through it very, very quickly. So if you have any questions right now,
Why did you do a friggin' Google Forms,
because
man?
we can aggregate the questions. Don't argue with me on this, Mouse.
Like, it's just like, you just put it, just put the...
Okay. First question. Let's see now. So how does one officially call themselves a wrestler? Is there a form to fill out or something? This is actually a pretty good question, actually. So how do you officially call yourself a wrestler? Well, I suppose there's a few different ways to interpret this, actually. Because, like, in some ways, once you actually announce officially that you have a match coming up, you're going to actually wrestle that match, technically you're wrestling. You are wrestling. So
Technically, yes.
Could call yourself a wrestler then. However, and this is something that I really want to emphasize here. This is arguably actually an advice as well. You guys mentioned, if you guys recall, I mentioned that pro wrestling has to be something that you do long term. I really, really don't recommend doing this on a short term thing. Like, if you do just one match, then you never show up again. I don't know. That's. I don't think we want to foster that sort of that sort of thinking. You know, because pro wrestling, by right, is a long term thing. So, and that could mean a whole host. That could mean a few years. That could mean a few decades. Who knows? But it would be such a waste if you train all that, put in all the effort, and you just do one match. Just one match, really. You know. So, if possible, so for me personally, I did not consider myself a wrestler after one match. No. I won my match against JY Eagle, who's now known as Wonder Boy, but I still consider myself like
what a good lad he is.
Shush. I still consider myself a trainee in that sense. It was only until I really had a lot more matches under my belt. That's when I'm comfortable calling myself a wrestler now. I think even for some folks, they're the same. It took them a while before they accepted that. Okay, now I am a wrestler, because it's something you almost gotta earn in that sense, you know. Yeah. I really want to be the one but studying out of state right now. Are you in Malaysia, Nicholas? Are you in Malaysia? Miles, maybe you can explain a little bit about what I'm talking about here.
What do you mean?
The online classes.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we do have online classes as well. We run once a week, on Sundays, and we get direct coaching from Carlo Cannon, head coach. Very reputable dude. He is. Oh gosh, he's nearing 20 years in the business now. I think he's like 18 or 19. First graduate of Lance Storm's Academy, world travel pro wrestler, current MyPW champion, endorsed by guys like Lance Storm, obviously, Chris Jericho, Bobby Lashley, Jinder Mahal, John Morrison, the list goes on. He is as legit as it gets with the region. So, you know, he's really, really, we are insanely lucky to even be in contact with him. It's like, let's put it that way.
Yes.
Not let alone calling him our head coach. And he also has input on, like, he watches all the training sessions and like what goes on and gives advice here and there and whatnot. So that's what we have in our online classes. And even during our regular classes, which we run twice a week, we do have students who make the trip from out of state. We have one student from Kedah, and we have 3 or 4 from Penang. And I would say that every week consistently, at least 1 or 2 of them are showing up for training.
Yes.
So, you know, people, they
yeah, if you don't mind us asking, Nicholas, which state are you from, actually? So, if you are still interested, you could message let's see, my PW. Let me actually put the link down here. Let's see. IPW tryout. There we are. That's the link.
WDC.
Yes, if you wish to have know a little bit more on these things. So the online classes is essentially the theory class, essentially, and there's a lot of theory, Perak, hey, that's, I mean, that's still far.
That's actually
not,
not too bad.
yeah, it's not. Any chance
My
you could
tag
send
team partner
online?
way back when, Fionn McCool, he used to make the trip from Perak as well.
I thought it was
For a
Johor.
bit. Oh yeah, it was Johor. My
Yeah,
bad.
which is even
Well,
further.
Johor. Yeah, it's even further. Well, so yeah, you know, that's that.
So it will be difficult to travel out of state, but not impossible, definitely. Any chance you could send the online classes? That's for MyPW personnel only. Sorry, Ferris. Yes.
So if you want to be a part of it, you kind of gotta sign up and be a part of it. Otherwise, we can't just give it away for free.
Yeah.
But what are we, just charity here?
Exactly. But actually, yeah, is it possible for someone to join only the online classes? Actually,
Yeah, that's possible. That's possible.
yeah, it is possible. It is possible. Obviously, you'll be kind of missing out a good bit from the physical classes because, again, pro wrestling school. But I guess that's a start. That is a start. If you really are that out of state, you know, and it's not possible for you to travel out of state. That's just an option that my PW sort of actually discovered during the pandemic era, actually. So that was really, really interesting to find out. Oh, you can do online classes? Okay, cool. Yes. All right.
Yep.
Next question. Let's see. Can I learn the 619 on my first day? Yes. But we will not be responsible for the hospital bill. Oh, my throat. Ugh.
I think I've even attempted a 619 after, what is it, 3.5, 4 years now?
Say what?
So I haven't even attempted a 619 after 3.5 or 4 years.
I don't do one. It's too flippy and like annoying to do.
I think it's too flippy for me too and annoying as well.
Actually, I do the opposite of the 619, actually. What's the 619 in emergency? Ferris, you know what's a 619?
That's a funny one, an emergency number.
What? Ferris, I thought you knew a little bit about pro wrestling. 619 is
That's
Rey
a
Mysterio's
joke.
famous move where he like kicks people who are in between the ropes. Surely you might have seen that before. So that's the 619. Like, there's a high chance you've probably seen at least that one clip of Rey Mysterio doing that before. Like, he's like so famous, legitimately like just one of the icons of pro wrestling. 1 second. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's see now.
Seeing.
Okay. I don't know how to interpret this question. How to beat someone with a water?
Wonder Wave match.
They don't know what that means. They don't know what that means, Miles. Okay, not all of my viewers are pro wrestling fans. Okay, spoiler alert. If it wasn't obvious already.
Right.
Oh my
The
God.
Wonder Wave.
Water. I don't know. You can like take a ball of water, square it, and then if the referee doesn't see you, you can use that as an advantage, and then do the cheeky pin, and there you go. I guess that's one way to use water in a wrestling match. I guess. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay, and we're done for the questions. Okay. Let's see now. Okay, wait. Let me just look through a little bit of my notes. Yes, I actually prepared a little bit. Okay. Very poetic. Lovely. Okay. This is the final segment for tonight. Misconceptions when training as a pro wrestler. This is just a few. We'll be going through this briefly. So this is This to be more for like the newer trainee, so to speak. Okay, this is stuff I have to start off. So if you have any questions right now, my fellows, my viewers, do let me know. Do let me know.
Fellows.
Shut up, Bounce. I might not be just FYI.
The
I might
low
not be,
lives.
No, don't really use that because the hashtag for that gets very, very sus on Twitter. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. I would love it if it was low life actually, but seriously, like the hashtag for it on Twitter is very, very sus. I wouldn't even go to it.
Well, it's time to check it out.
Oh gosh, you're gonna regret it. Okay. Anyway, so first misconception: will joining a wrestling school be a ticket to WWE? Fuck no. Now, is this to say a guaranteed no?
Wait, can you repeat that? Repeat that one more time.
Will joining a pro wrestling school be a ticket to WWE?
I mean, I wouldn't instantly say fuck no.
No.
I would say if you are willing to fucking dedicate the shit out of this,
Yeah.
it's possible.
Yeah.
Nothing's impossible in that sense. So it's like, but calling it a ticket, I don't think is the right way of saying it. It's more like if you fucking work your ass off and like literally eat, sleep, and breathe this shit, and even then it's still like not guaranteed. It's more like you gotta like really work for it and like really push and eventually.
Yes. Yes. Put it this way: there is only one person, from all of Southeast Asia who is in WWE right now, and before he even went to WWE, he looked like a freaking Adonis. His name is Trexus, and he's known as Dante Chen, in NXT. He's huge. Like, have you ever stood next to him before?
Your mic cut out with the way you said huge.
Huge. Well, yeah, but you're on Discord, so whatever. So yeah, have you ever stood next to him before?
I have not met him in person.
I have, and I could not believe it when I saw how he utterly dwarfed me. He is massive, and then to see that in NXT.
But then again, you are short as fuck.
Shut the fuck up. Once again, Miles. Even then. So even as much of an Adonis and just huge dude he is, when we see him in NXT, he's more than likely like smaller than average there actually. Still looks like obviously still very well built, but legitimately everyone else.
I would say he looks average. I mean, like in terms of like bigness, he looks. I would say he's on the bigger side, but still closer to average than the biggest dude.
Is he 6'9"? He's at least more than 6 feet tall. With muscle, mind you. Muscle. So you will feel his presence in every room. Easy. What's the average amount of time for most trades until they get a debut?
He is 6 foot flat, according to Wikipedia.
Wow. Well, he has a Wikipedia. There you go.
And 197 pounds or 89 kilograms.
Dang, of muscle. Hold on. You know what? I'll do Dante a solid. I'm
that is not completely unattainable, you know.
Exactly.
It's doable. Looking at this, he's 6 foot flat and 89. I am 6 foot flat and what am I now? Oh shit, never mind. I'm 70. It's gonna take a while to get to 89.
You might get there. So
one day.
So what's the average amount of time? Oh, bad. Is there an average? I don't know. 10 months.
I would give an average. I would say, I wouldn't give you an average. I'd give you more of a most likely range, which would be 6 months to 1.5 years.
Yeah. That range is acceptable, I think.
That's like the most likely is when you'll be ready point is between that 6 month to 1.5 years, I reckon.
Hey Cornelius, how you doing? I'm actually not doing very well right now. I've got a terribly stuffy nose. Luckily, Miles here is able to help assist me in talking about how to be a pro wrestler. So
welcome to the low life collab.
This very impromptu collab, but as unwelcome as Miles's presence, his presence is actually kind of welcome because he gives me some time to freaking breathe with my mouth.
Oh gods, help me.
Yeah. I actually do kind of agree. Damn, I'm surprised people can train for just 6 months. That's impressive. I would say that the true line for those that are able to do this within 6 months are those that really are consistent with it. They were really consistent with it and really gave a little extra in the training.
I will say that I was very consistent as well when I was training. When I started, I was extremely consistent, and all of that. And it took me 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 to 6 months before my debut. Again, I would say I was not ready. I think if the people in charge at least waited till I was ready, or like were a bit more, on hands managing at the time, it would have probably taken me about 9-10 months. But
yeah.
There's some people who'll be ready in like 6 months.
Mouse, you have a bit of static on you. Just FYI.
Oh, hold on. Let me switch my
So okay.
microphone.
So, next misconception. I get to do cool stuff. Not immediately, you don't. Not immediately. I'm gonna let you know right now. The fundamentals of pro wrestling when you're starting off. I'm not gonna say what it is, but it might not be the most exciting thing in the world. Maybe not.
It's kind of fun.
It can be fun, but it won't be wowzers. It won't be ooh ah sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Not really. You want to get to the cool stuff, and there will be some cool stuff even at the intermediate level. You gotta work for it for the fundamentals. You still gotta work for it. You wanna learn how to make a sword. You gotta learn how to make a nail first. You wanna cook a fancy dinner. You gotta learn how to make a fried egg first. That sort of thing.
I can fry eggs. I've recently learned that.
Okay.
I mean, not recently. I recently learned soft boiled eggs. That's what I've recently learned. That's right.
Okay. Don't care. Anyways, Ferris here says drinking something hot is pretty useful for various, especially if the steam runs through and also. What do you think I've been doing all night, Ferris? What do you think I've been doing all night?
Hello, Katie. How are you? I appreciate you saying hi to me. How are you doing?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, chat.
Whoa,
Thank you,
so
chat. Thank you, chat.
mean.
Yeah.
So mean.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're gonna love this misconception, Miles. Because wrestling is real. Some folks, not everybody, when they come into to become a wrestler, to want to train in pro wrestling, some of them do think, wait, this is how it is? What? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Showbiz, baby. Does your background affect your training progress?
Good one. Good question.
Essentially, I answered this already, by the way. In a way, and it's yes. If you have an athletic background, yeah, you're going to do fine. You're more than likely going to do fine cardio-wise. If you have a martial arts, even better. Because you know some techniques that are applicable and transferable in pro wrestling.
Well, yeah, that's very true. There's like, for example, one of our newer trainees, Jago, has a gymnastics background and also a bit of martial arts background, and he's taken to wrestling faster than anyone I've ever seen take to wrestling, at least from my experience. For me, I have an athletic background in athletics and long distance running, which definitely was transferable in the cardio aspect. So that was something that I took to easier. Low has a bit of a martial arts background as well, so and he knows a bit of the submission-y techniques gooder. So he took to that a bit gooder than the average person as well. So yeah, it all depends. It's all different. It all works out differently. But yeah.
Exactly. See, so even someone with a gymnastics background and taekwondo background, like Jago, with all that being said, even he still needed to learn a few other things as well. You know, like specific pro wrestling techniques, and then also the more of the character work as well. That he too needs to work on. So even then, there's always stuff to
Oh yeah,
work on.
100%.
Oh, okay. The final misconception to close off this whole stream. You will go through hell. Do you? Will you? Depends, I guess.
Depends.
Yeah. Again, it goes back to if you have like an athletic background, chances are you'll probably be fine. But I think what I mean more of is actually more from the coaches actually. What's the environment going to be like? How strict are things going to be? Is the training going to be as brutal as you see in like those clips from New Japan Pro Wrestling, or when WWE shows some backstage stuff for NXT? Is it? Bit of yes, bit of no is my most simplest way to put it. I guess
That's a fair way to put it.
Yeah. I can say this much. The coaches in any pro wrestling school, any good pro wrestling school, by right, they're not trying to be assholes, but we do give a damn, and because we give a damn, it means that the coaches are going to be strict on you. They're going to demand stuff and expect things for you, and sometimes a good bit of them are going to very freely swear around you. Showbiz, after all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what this means is that goes back to shut up and listen. Shut up and listen. Take it. Try your best to do what they do.
Ask questions is a big one.
Yes. There's a time to shut up and listen, and there is a time to ask questions as well. Absolutely. I'm not saying just follow blindly. So if there's something about the technique that you're not sure of, for instance, ask.
Yeah, because the worst thing you can do in that situation is be like, oh, okay, and then the last thing you want to do is fuck up.
Yeah, and we don't mean fuck up like oh, you did the move wrong. No. You end up putting yourself in danger. That's what we mean by fuck up. Okay. So we are clear here. So yeah. I can safely say that the coaching in my PW specifically, we're all pretty chill here. We're here to give you all a good experience. But yeah, we do hope that every trainee does heed what our advice and listen to what we say. And yes, there might be some yelling involved, especially by me. Someone has to be the
Cornelius is the yelliest of the people.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes
The
you
yelliest
need
of
a
the
yeller.
yellers.
Sometimes you do need a yeller, a horror, to get the business and the
I
energy
yell
going.
sometimes, but not much.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
Yeah, that'll be more
Sparingly.
me. Yeah. So in that sense, you do sort of need to build up a bit of a tough mindset. We do need to build up a bit of a tough mindset. Just take the criticism, take the advice, and don't take it personally. Actually, that's very important. Don't take things personally. If someone, let's say, is doing better and they're giving compliments over it, don't get worked up on it. Don't get worked up over it. In fact, you should get hungry over it. Get hungry in a good way over it. No pain, no gain, huh? Exactly. Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, with that being said, if any coach exhibits any abusive behaviors, and I'm not going to elaborate much on this, but let's say if they are, leave. Okay? That's all I'm going to say about that matter. So yeah, that about wraps things up for tonight's stream, folks. It's not a very long one because I am feeling like
Feel like dog shit.
Right
you
now.
feel like dog shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting better at timing the censor bar. Previously, it would be like you swear, and then it just the censor bar comes up like 5 years late.
Yeah. I'm using the voice mod. It comes out instantaneously when I do it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my nose. Oh.
Voice mod's amazing.
Yeah. Lots of fun. So yes, folks. So that about wraps up. Hopefully, all this advice has been interesting, and even if you're not interested in wrestling, I hope this has been enlightening to you, folks. Is it like the military? Yes and no. In that,
Yeah, there's a bit of
a little bit like it.
Because discipline is important.
Yeah, discipline is important. Having good fitness is important. But I won't say that we have. Wait, which has more baggage, the military or pro wrestling?
I don't fucking know. I've never been in the military. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's I'm not even gonna make it that comparison. yeah. Oh, get well soon, me. Thank you very much, Nicholas.
Yeah, get well soon, though.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh boy. I hope I'm alright for the weekend. Okay. Yes. So, as always, folks. Please do like, share, and subscribe this channel. Cafe Cornelius is now closing, but may Cafe Cornelius never close in your heart.
No, don't close it. I want more drinkadoodles.
I say Cafe Cornelius will never close in your heart.
Oh, what does that mean?
God, you're so young. Anyways, yeah. So maybe I'll see some of you folks in the coming tryouts and all that jazz. Hope to do more pro wrestling content for you folks. Okay. Yeah. All right. Lotsukare, mina. Lotsukare.
The fuck does that mean?
You need. Shut.
Why would you swear at me? I'm just a poor boy.
Really? You don't talk over my ending screen.
What do you mean don't talk over your ending screen?
Yeah, but don't talk over it. We're supposed